as you go through your busy day today. Tuesday. Gentlemen, good to see you again and good to meet you. So tell me, introduce yourselves. What are y'all doing here and what are we going to talk about?
Yo, my name's Casper Bach. I'm a sales manager here at Rydell Toyota in Grand Forks. So glad to be back, Mark.
Yeah, it's good to see you again. Glad you braved the elements.
And I'm here with a good buddy of mine, Ethan. I'll let him introduce himself quick.
My name's Ethan. I'm here at KNOX here, and I've been here at Rydell Toyota for almost 3 years now. It's been a great experience. Happy to be here.
All right, there you go. So sales. So, you know the drill. You know the routine, 775-5559. You can go ahead and call or text to that number, and these gentlemen can help you out with sales. Just keep that in mind, because they do love their car wash. They do like to ask you questions about what size engine will fit where. But in this case, and we can defer you to the right folks, no doubt about it. But so speaking of sales, what's the big thing going on right now?
Yeah, that's a good question. So sales, that's the magic word, sales, right? We're always talking about sales. What's the sale? What's the best deal you got for me? And this month it's the Tacoma. So we have a lease deal, and that's another keyword, lease, right? We're selling all of them at invoice, but we have lease specials going on. So if you're interested in leasing, don't know much about leasing and want to know what the benefits are, we're leasing every trim, limited, TRD off-road, TRD sport. Our best lease is actually the SR5, and that's $399 per month, North Dakota tax title license, and we're waiving, or actually I should say making your first month's payment of $399. So you only have 35 payments after that on a 3-year lease.
Okay, that is a great deal. That is a great deal. Right out of the gate, a text to 775-5559. Does Toyota carry any law enforcement vehicles? And why haven't we seen them in the States?
What a good question. What a good question. I couldn't imagine seeing I'm so used to the Ford Explorer nowadays, right? I couldn't imagine somebody pulling me over in a Toyota Highlander. I've never thought about that, right? Let me look this up quick.
Would throw you for a loop.
Does Toyota have any law enforcement vehicles? I have never heard of one. Ethan, have you heard of anything?
I don't think there's any in the area.
I don't even know if there'd be any in the United States. Let's look at this. They're more so used overseas. Yeah. Japan, where Toyota's originally founded, where they're originally from. Land Cruisers would have been something like that.
See them in Europe. Yep.
Right, in Europe too, right? But in America, I don't think I'm sure there's something going on with Ford, Chevy, to where they're, have kind of a stranglehold on the law enforcement market for vehicles. But what a cool question! Well, it's funny to think about too, right? As American vehicles, Ford, Chevrolet, that kind of stuff. Toyotas are actually more American than those two brands, if you think about that, in terms of what kind of parts, where they're being assembled. It's one of the most American car companies we have, other than, say, Tesla today. But great question. Fantastic.
Yeah, interesting. What are the interest rates right now for used vehicles?
Oh, gosh, another great question. So Ethan's actually a finance guy at Rydell Toyota. So I'm going to kind of leave that over to him in terms of what are you seeing for lowest interest rates on a used vehicle, say 2020 and up, right? Because obviously age does defer or does determine what the interest rate is, but what are you seeing? Ethan?
Sure.
So we're seeing for Toyota certified vehicles, TCUV, they actually qualify for 5.49% for any certified. I think it's Corollas, Camrys, Highlanders, and RAV4s, which are kind of like the big four. Those are mainly sedans and SUVs. But yeah, 5.49%, that's a pretty good rate nowadays. So
there you go. 775-5559, you're on with Rydell Car Talk. Casper and Ethan, go ahead, caller.
Yeah, howdy, guys. Yeah, completely agree. You really don't beat reliability. You're buying a Toyota. I mean, that's just something. You rub those little things on the carpet, no go and no go and no go. I got a 15 Corolla. It's got 310,000 miles on it, and it runs like brand new.
Yep.
So, yeah, just a test of durability. But I'll tell you what, if you want to go fast, buy a Ford. Buy a Ford. Have a good one, guys.
All right. Thanks for the call. It's Chevy. And Toyota. Can you ask the car guys, if you drive backwards for a mile, will that still add on the speedometer?
For sure. I 100% promise you it would add to the odometer, right?
Odometer, excuse me. You can't back out.
Nope, it reverses.
Yeah. No, reverse. Trust me, it's been tried many times. It just doesn't happen. 775-5559. You're on Car Talk. Go ahead, caller. Whoop. Okay. I guess there was a misdial there. Here. Let's see here. I'm looking at a 2023 with a 6.2 motor. They've been having some issues with them. What are they doing as far as the warranty? I heard there was a recall.
That's a good question. So now we're talking Chevys, and lucky for you, I spent almost 6 years at the Chevy store. So they're issuing a recall. It's some sort of tool that the service department uses to measure the vibrations of the motor. And if it gets past a certain point, then it's recommended that the motor be completely overhauled, and GM is paying for all of that, right? It's only about 10%, maybe even less than the 10% mark of 6.2s that are affected between 2021 and 2024. So chances are your vehicle's probably fine. The one you're looking at is probably fine. If it's a GM dealership that is selling it, they have to send it through inspection before they can sell it legally. So chances are it's okay. Chances are it's already been inspected. But, yeah, good questions to ask whoever you're buying it from or wherever you're looking at it from. But I know the guys at GM at the store in town, they got all the answers for that.
775-5559. You're on Rydell Car Talk with Casper and Ethan. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, I've got a question for Casper. Say my father used to buy a new Buick every 2 years, starting in 1959. Now I hear that Rydell's dropped the Buick line. Interested in a new Corvette. Do you have any in stock? I'll hang up and listen. Thanks.
All right. Thanks for the call.
Very good question. So, yes, Rydell GM dropped Buick. It was a mutual decision between the Chevrolet store, the GM store, and Buick. So that's kind of to answer your first question. Yep, they did drop Buick, and it sucks, right? I mean, to have all four was a huge part of our business there. But new Corvettes, I don't think we have any on the ground. I'm not at the GM store anymore. I can almost guarantee we don't have any on the ground. But as far as putting in an order, right, as far as dealer trading, as far as going out and finding you one, I don't know if there's anybody better than the guys at GM, or guys and gals, I should say, at GM to be able to go out and get you one. Order it exactly how you want, or go to another dealer within our network and dealer trade for one. So
there you go. Casper and Ethan with us from Rydell Sales, Rydell Toyota. So although obviously
we got them all.
Yeah, we got them all because, it is a thing. A text to 775-5559. If you were buying a used car or pickup with over 100,000 on it, would you buy a turbo or a non-turbo model?
What a question. What a question. So I know how I would kind of answer this, but I'm curious to see what Ethan thinks.
I don't know. I think they're both good options. You really got to look at the Carfax used vehicle history report, see how the previous owner took care of it, But I don't think you can go wrong. If both vehicles have been well maintained and, serviced correctly, I don't think you can go wrong with either one.
Yeah, and the turbo technology has gotten pretty robust. They don't have the problems of back in the day when it was kind of new on vehicles.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Not fail-proof, nothing is, but it's darn near close to it. So a text to 775-5559, $399 per month, but for how many months? Always leaves that out.
36 months. That's pretty standard. I should say it's standard, but you can go lower. You can go 24 months, I think is the lowest month lease terms that we have. You can go as far as 48 months for Toyota Financial. So it's 36 months, which is, I would say 9 times out of 10, your standard lease, like your stock all across the board. It's 36 months. So nothing to hide there. I think it goes up just a little bit on the 24 months, and it's going to stay relatively the same at the 48. But 36 months is also what you're looking at in terms of best leasing, because that's how long the bumper-to-bumper, or I should say comprehensive warranty is on new vehicles, 3 years, 36,000 miles. Buying a new vehicle, having a loan or a lease on a new vehicle, it's very important to have that under warranty. And that's kind of why we recommend the 36 months. Yeah,
so it's coincident with the typical warranty
right.
on the vehicle. Yeah, so it just that's how it works. So let me see. A text to 775-5559. Are Toyota body parts Alpo dipped when they're made?
Alpo dipped.
A-L-P-O. I'm not familiar with that particular term. So,
Yeah. I like to...
so if you could illuminate us there, texter A-L-P-O. I'm not quite sure what that is. I would presume some type of a preventative material to help old rust or other dings down.
Sure, it could be. I know Toyota does have they come with pre-manufactured rock protection on some of the rocker panels, the fenders, stuff like that.
Sure.
Near the bottom in high chip areas, but curious. Yeah, hopefully you text back.
775-5559, you're on with the Rydell guys. Go for it.
Fighting Sioux Forever guy.
Yeah.
There's a Buick dealership in Cavalier there. I think they're Winnipeg outfit. You got Luther in Fargo. You got Schwann in Bismarck, and you got Ryan in Minot. What's the real story here? Can someone else get a Buick dealership and start it in Grand Forks?
Okay. Well, I mean, thanks for the call, but we are talking Toyota. So, that's you'll have to reach out to them perhaps and ask them that question. Just that's Toyota. Yeah. Let's see here. Text to 775-5559. I know Toyota has hybrid. Do they have full electric? And is there any government incentives?
Ooh, good question. BZ4X. That's a lot of letters and one number.
Yeah.
BZ4X. That's the all-electric vehicle that Toyota has. Ethan, when's the last time we had a BZ4X? It's been a couple months, hasn't it?
It's been a few months, yeah. I think they had an incentive. It was like a $6,500 rebate on those BZ4Xs. We don't really see them that often, to be honest, but that was the last incentive that I saw.
Yeah, and then touching on like the hybrids, I mean, they have so many different hybrid options for Toyotas right now. Most of the other, big brand, name brand competitors aren't offering as many hybrids as Toyota has. And it's so funny. You think of hybrid, you think of fuel economy is what you look for. But a lot of times what they're doing for Toyota is using the hybrid to add more power, horsepower, torque, towing capacity. So they kind of cover all fields there, whether you want the MPG or if you just want the power in the Tundras. Right? But, yeah, they do have one all-electric, BZ4X. It's kind of like your midsize SUV. So if you stop in, we can get you a little bit of a brochure and answer a couple questions more in-depth for
you. Some people are creative. A text to 775-5559. I tried to turn back the odometer on my buddy's dad's 61 Ferrari 250 GT California Spider. It didn't work out. Well, that sounds a lot like a movie I saw.
I don't know why you got to turn that thing back. I mean, it's still worth a little coin there, I would have to think, but...
Bueller. Let's see here. Text to 775-5559. What is a car brand that doesn't exist anymore that they would love to see make a comeback? I think for you guys, what would you like to see make a comeback in the States?
Saab.
Ooh. Okay.
Ever heard of Saab?
Yeah. That's right. Night Norwegian kind of thing there. Or Scandinavian. Yeah.
Right. What do you got, Ethan?
I honestly got nothing. I'm kind of new to the car experience, even though I've been here for 3 years. But I got nothing on that one.
Suzuki.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Buick in Grand Forks. No.
Jeez. Okay, we're going to go that route. A text to 775-5559. Question on Car Talk. My son has a 10-year-old F-150 Ford with a 5.4-liter engine that's developing timing chain issues. They're $6,000 for repairs, the estimate. Possible to install the 5-liter engine in that pickup or have it replaced with a 5.4.
Anything is possible. Yeah, another Ford question, but hey, I cover all bases here, all right? Yeah. So you can do that. Anything is possible. It's going to cost a lot more than $6,000 to do that, unless you're doing it yourself and you're just buying the parts. But the labor on that is going to be extremely expensive. But, yeah, nothing is impossible. You could get that done.
Yeah, I mean, you can put a turbo on a VW Bug. I mean, I've seen it. 775-5559. You're on Car Talk. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, gentlemen. Where do they make Toyotas in the United States?
Texas. No, they don't make them. They assemble them. They assemble them, right? Is what I'm looking for, right?
Yeah.
Assemble. Okay.
Yeah.
And let's bring back the Studebaker and the good times of the 50s.
Very nice.
Right up your alley, Farmer Ray. Thanks for the call. Do appreciate it. Text is 775-5559. Do you do auto locating for specific mode and color, even if it's not Toyota? Auto locating.
Yes. Okay. So when I think of auto locating, I think of used vehicles, right? I'm looking for this with this miles this year.
Right.
That's what I think of. The Rydell company has close to, if not over 100 dealerships throughout their entire network. And that's more so on the western side of the Mississippi. So I'm not going to say no, we don't do that.
Right.
Right. But it's at least worth a shot to put a line in the water to see if we have anything that we can get you between 100 different dealerships.
Yeah.
So that all operate on the same principles as the 3 dealers, or I should say the 4 Rydell dealerships in town here. But, yeah, I mean, Toyotas are so easy. I mean, we could basically get any Toyota that they make right now via dealer trade within our internal network. Used vehicles gets a little bit more difficult as you're kind of just, reliant on the guests and the people that trade them in. But, yeah, very good question.
There you go. Give it a shot. Give them a call. 775-5559. You're on with Casper and Evelyn. Go ahead, caller.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Hope you're having a great day today. Say, question for you. About 3-4 years ago, I test drove a new Tacoma, and I absolutely loved it. And then they quit making a V6 for it, and it's just this turbocharged 4-cylinder that I'm not overly keen on. And then I also noticed now in the Tundras, too, Toyota's not putting a V8 in them anymore. What are your thoughts on everybody just getting rid of these nice big V8 motors and V6 motors in these vehicles and just going to these, I hate to say it, but, I work in a shop, too, and we just see all kinds of issues with these 4-cylinder turbo engines. And I know Toyota had a big recall, too, on the new engine that they came out with in their pickup lines too. So looking to buy here one, probably by the end of the summer or late fall, and just trying to see what, if I should try to find a used one that's, a couple years old where I can still get that V6 in a Tundra, or in a Tacoma, or that V8 in a Tundra. I'll hang up and listen. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks for the call.
I'm so split. I'm so torn because I understand why you're saying that. The V6 is so reliable. It's been, it's tried and true. It's tested. It's been on the market for how many years, right? And this gentleman works in a shop, and he's obviously used to seeing this kind of stuff and how reliable they are. But when you look at the 4-cylinder in the Tacoma or the V6 in the Tundra, I mean, when you compare those to the 5.7 V8 of the Tundras of the past, or the 3.6 or the 3.5 in the Tacomas, I mean, it's night and day difference. The power. I mean, it's night and day difference, the performance that you're getting out of the new vehicles, whether it's MPG, horsepower, torque, off the line towing capacity. Almost everything is higher in these 4-cylinders in these V6s. But on the other side, they're not tried and true. I mean, give it 20 years, and if they're still with the V6s, then obviously they might have the reputation that these older ones have. But that's only God knows, right? Going into the future and what that's going to look like. But if you want new performance technology, new is the way to go. Toyota is one of the most reliable brands on the market. They also take care of their guests. It was, again, less than 10% of the recalls for the Tundras on the engines. Less than 10% needed them to be replaced, but they offered a full replacement to everybody that had one. So that kind of just goes to show that Toyota is there to take care of the guest. They're there to put their name behind their product that they're putting out there and essentially put their money where their mouth is. But I'm so torn on that. I'm sure Ethan kind of feels the same way working at the Toyota store for the last, almost 3 years. I mean, it's tough to beat the 5.7, the reliability. I mean, again, that motor has been there for almost 2 decades, right? So until we get 20 years from now, we don't know what the status or the feeling is on the V6s, but I can tell you right now, if you haven't driven one, you have to drive it. You have to see it for yourself. The performance is vastly different. It's 2 different cars almost.
As our time draws kind of short, which it always goes so fast, let's get to a couple of texts at 775-5559. Can I trade in 2 cars for one newer vehicle?
Well, absolutely you can. And actually, I would recommend that, right? A lot of times we see people with, a couple cars on the street, right? And I know for me, I have a little junker on the street, and I got to move it every Wednesday and Thursday to avoid a parking ticket. How much easier would my life be if I just traded that in on another vehicle, right? Or traded both my vehicles in on one. Right?
Okay.
So absolutely you can.
Okay. And it was ELPO. I think it came across as ELPO, but ELPO, electro deposition primer, where organic paint solids are electroplated into bare metal surfaces. So there you go.
We got to get a couple body shop guys on here.
Yeah. Well, I'll save that question for when we have those gentlemen at some point in the future. Any plans to bring back the MR2?
The MR2, the Toyota MR2.
Yeah.
Ethan, have you heard of anything like that?
Not yet. I haven't heard anything about that yet. Maybe 2027, possibly, but Toyota hasn't really announced anything about it yet, but possibly.
They are bringing stuff back right now. I know they brought the Land Cruiser back. They brought the Supra back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're bringing all these other models back. So, I'm curious. We both haven't heard of anything like that, though. So, not in 2026, I don't think. But Ethan, you alluded to maybe something in 2027, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I love my 86 Toyota pickup with a 28-inch tall gate. Could lift heavy stuff. Why do all the new trucks have a 4+ lift kit with huge tires? Makes them unusable. I don't know. Unable. Okay.
That's a good question. I could show you 10 different pickups, brand new or used, that we have that don't have lift kits on them.
Yeah.
Might be something you want to take a look at.
All right. There you go. Does Toyota make any heavy-duty or 1-ton pickups?
No, they don't. They don't make any heavy-duty or 1-tons.
Okay.
That's a good question. On the 2026, 2025, whatever you want to look up, the capacity for towing is, if you compare that to 1500s across the line, is higher for the Toyotas. If you're looking at like the hybrid model, the one that gets you a little bit more power.
Okay.
I mean, it's close to almost 12,000 pounds towing capacity. I know if you're comparing 6.2s, 5.3s, 5.0s, or 3.5s with Ford, right? I mean, you're getting somewhere in between 9 to 11.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Tundra is close to, if not over, the 12,000 pound mark.
All right. Casper, Ethan, one last question. I'm going to cut you loose. Any flying cars in the future from Toyota?
Absolutely. I can almost guarantee it.
Not in 2024.
2027?
Yeah, 2027. There you go. So at some point, there will be. There you go. Let's see here. So there you go. Why is it trending to reduce the box size in pickups? Contractors here need space in the box, not the cab. That's an interesting question.
People are using them less for contracting work, less for actual work, and more for play.
Yeah.
They don't need the size, but you're 100% right. We do have 6.5 foot bed options with the Tundras, 6 foot bed options with the Tacomas. So you can still get it with the longer box. They're out there.
Yeah.
Very, I would say less common, much less common, but they're out there, and you can still find them. So.
All right. So if they need to get in touch with you, gentlemen, what's the best way to do that?
Yeah, best way to do that for me, sales manager here at Rydell Toyota, is 701-757-5842. That's my direct line. I'll let Ethan give his direct line, and then I'll also give the Rydell Toyota line here.
Yeah, my direct line is 701-335-1173.
And then the direct line for the store, whether it's parts, service, whoever it is, sales, us here at sales, 701-787-6259.
All right. There you go. Casper, Ethan, that was pretty painless. Yeah.
I think
y'all did real good. Yeah. It's always a little first nerves coming in, but hey, well, you're an old pro at this now. So, all right. Gentlemen, you have a great day. Thank you for coming out, and we'll talk to somebody next week as well.
Yes, sir.
Sounds
we
good.
appreciate you, Mark.
Appreciate it.
All right. You have a great afternoon. Mark Ewens, a Tuesday, Rydell Car Talk. That would be Rydell Toyota.